What's going on, guys, and welcome to the third game of this best of 5 series between the GOTW guys, Beach and Leebot, against me and Ezra X from Ezra X, I don't know what he prefers his name to be, but from the Aurum CWB 2v2 tournament. This is the third game, like I said, and they picked matchup first. They picked Parth versus Scythia, and we had a very long debate about what we should do here, but ultimately we both decided that it would be best to go Scythia and then choose a chariot matchup, obviously Poncelli, the classic one. The theory being that they no longer have long-range archers. We do. We also have horse archers and dogs to kill their CA and their HA, so which is very nice, and my pikes will be a bit better. The only problem will be killing cataphracts, and that is a big problem, but we felt like if we have a lot of archer advantage, we have these maidens, which are again just super beasts, and very mobile, our mobility advantage will be super important. So we can go through my army. I have a very standard Seleucid army. I have 5 silver shield pikemen, silver gold. Nice to get those gold defense upgrades on pikes for this kind of matchup, especially against Pontus. I have 6 regular archers with gold upgrades. I have 5 side chariots, no upgrades obviously, and 3 gold militia cavalry. One of them is actually gold silver, I think. 1 peasant here, and for Ezrex, he's got 4 archer warbands, gold, 5 archer warbands, gold, 3 gold attack, chosen archer warbands. He has 4 doggies, warhounds, 2 gold attack, gold attack Scythian horse archers, and 6 head hunting maidens. I think they are gold, no upgrade, no chaperone here because he has 4 dogs. So we wanted to switch initially here because there's really no point for Scythia to face Pontus and me to face Parthia. It's just not good because my pikes will be completely useless against Parthia. I mean defensively sure, but aggressively. And meanwhile, Ezra won't be able to get the best utility out of his archers because there are chariot archers and stuff. And I'll be 6 archers against 6 archers and 2 slingers against Parthia without the ability to go that aggro. So I felt it was good for us to switch, so we want to switch here. I did tell Ezra to leave 2 warhounds on my side to go after chariot archers, and they can't do that quite effectively if left alone, obviously. And I can help pressure with my side chariots and my Javcav to make that a reality. Obviously, they won't make that easy though, and they know it's coming. It's pretty telegraphed, I would say in general. I also leave 2 chariots on the flank to help Ezra against any Pontus chariot shenanigans. So, alright, let's go triple. Yeah, so we're waiting, and our plan is just kind of follow the same scheme that we've been doing. Get the archer advantage, we have more archers. Well, in this case it's not like we have more, we have better archers. And, okay, so here's the start of the battle, and yeah, so they also were thinking about switching, but they saw that we, were also doing that, so we switched and they don't, but they also deployed back for the same reason that they were going to switch, so we're very far apart here. Going over the builds, we have 2 horse archers here, probably gold attack for Parthia, who is commanded by Beach. He's got 6 archers here, gold, probably, I mean, whatever. 2 slingers, probably gold also. 6 cataphracts, maybe not gold, maybe something less than gold, and 3 eastern infantry, which can be used to bog down cavalry and stuff like that. Interesting to see upgrades on these because, yeah, they're gold. I don't know where, if you can just afford this army without any silver upgrades anywhere. But yeah, 3 eastern infantry. 4 Pontus, pretty standard build here. Well, maybe not too standard actually. He's going for 6 side chariots. Usually you'd see like 4 or 5 and some Javcav to chase down archers, but whatever, he does have 2 chariot archers. He does have 6 regular archers, gold, and he does have 5 bronze shield pikemen with silver or gold silver upgrades, depending on the unit. And 1 peasant as well. So we got really wide here initially again, and we're going to spread out even more. Here Ezra goes after these horse archers. They weren't in Cantabrian, so he's going to be able to get the first shots here, and go into Cantabrians. This is really good. We'll do good damage to these horse archers. And this one's not in Cantabrian yet, so nice kills. And you can see Ezra spreading out, getting that maximum spread. And these Parthian cataphracts are good, but again, very slow and hard to maneuver in a team game. Obviously, they're beasts, but when they have to chase units, they are not good at that. So Ezra feels comfortable here just defending with his maidens, obviously. If they want to chase, they'll have to do it fully committed because I have 2 chariots here. I have 1 chariot here and 2 chariots on the flanks. My skirmisher cav, militia cav are just dancing with these chariot archers. Don't want them to shoot my archers here. That's never good. So I push out my archers. It's just free kills on this archer if he does so. Pushing out my Javcav, I tell Ezra, just bring your dogs here. And the threat of the dogs itself will just be massive against these chariots. I have a side chariot here and 1 support. I want to pressure this flank aggressively. We have 2 dogs and 3 Jav Cav against 2 chariot archers, and however many side chariots he decides to bring. But the more he brings, the better for us, because we can try to trade 2 for 1. They do have a 6 to 5 chariot advantage, which is very important for them to maintain. But the other thing that we have is going for us is we have long range archers and they don't, and we have better archers overall. I mean, they all have these eastern archers which are thicker in formation. These barbarian archers are very, very good, and he has 3 chosen archer warbands. So that's kind of our favorite. My pikes are also slightly better. I mean, silver shields are better than bronze shields to begin with, but also better upgrades. And silver gold, I believe his are gold silver. I could be wrong, but 2 of them are silver anyway, and 3 of them have 5 upgrades. So it could be gold silver, it could be silver gold. But here I'm going for a pressure again. I'm trying to go after the side chariot, try to throw some javelins on it to make it a little bit weaker, so that my chariot would win. A bit naive, perhaps. Also just throwing javelins on these chariot archers, letting him shoot these guys, wasting their ammo a little bit. Over here, Esra is skirmishing again with these chariot archers, with these horse archers. I was fine with him using a lot of ammo on these horse archers, whatever, if it's gonna bait out their ammo, because his horse archers are much more valuable than our horse archers, because killing maidens with HA is very easy, killing cataphracts with with HA, not really doable, right? So we're gonna trade out all our ammo here. I'm very happy with that. I also told Esra that he could maybe bring out these dogs a bit more aggressively on these horse archers, because they could, like, okay, if we bring dogs, they're gonna have to come out of Cantabrian Circle and run away, and when they do that, Ezra's Cantabrian Circle archer, horse archers will get some nice shots. So that's just a little ploy that we're using. Ezra also had a really genius idea as we were starting to push up, is what he's going to do is he's going to bring his long range archers to this fight. I told him that I want to be aggressive more or less on Pontus' side, because here we can shoot up the pikes a little bit and win the archer war very fast, because there's only 6 archers here. And these long range archers are unopposed, so they can do whatever they want. And what he's going to do is he's going to bring his archers up and start shooting up these archers in the center here. And they can't really return fire, and unless Parthia fully pushes forward to start engaging the archer war, these are free shots, completely free, and that means my archers will win the archer war very, very easily. And when we do that, we'll be able to shoot up the pikemen and get ourselves a pike advantage, and that'll be big because they do have the chariot advantage. And it'll also force the engagement, and when we start shooting up these archers, they start losing. My militia cap can come in and take units out, these dogs could take units out, and my pikes can just push and start pressuring out these archers. And that'll make it really uncomfortable for Parthia, because Parthia doesn't really want to be moving around too much. And if we're pressuring Parthia either has to make the idea to push forward against Scythia, where Esra can just kite, or help Pontus more significantly, in which case they can't really defend their archers, because the cataphracts are so slow, and it will be tough to do that. And you can see the dogs come up, and let's see Beach's response to these dogs getting into range. Should be just a run away. He won't lose too many men, and he's only lost a few men. You can see these horses are already tired, though. It's not great. So here come the dogs. And he should just run away here. So maybe he's actually letting the dogs go. No, he does run away. But ideally the theory is that, we'll just get some shots on these horse archers. Let's see if he lets them go. If he lets them go, he'll just run into his cataphracts, I think. Here my peasants going for a sick charge on these Pontic peasants. His doesn't have an upgrade, so I'm not going to lose pretty badly. The dogs are still not released, so he's actually losing dogs now to these other horse archers, which is fine. But it is pushing them back, and did they get them released? No. So these dogs are kind of doing nothing, whatever. So here I'm just shooting up this peasant unit, beast. And now I'll begin the archer war. But look at Ezra's archers. Look at these beasts, dude. They are killing so many archers of God here, and pikemen as well. And this is just so useful. And finally you can see, okay, now Beach brings up his archers, and Ezra is targeting this rightmost one. But now he's already done me a really good help by killing 20 archers. 20 archers already down, and my archers have not even fired a shot yet. This is going to be huge, and again, these Celtic archers are already worse than the Greek archers to begin with, so this is going to be a huge benefit for me. Maybe Ezra should push up his archers now to begin this war, because these chosen archer warbands are going to start getting shot up pretty significantly. But again, he's still targeting these units, and the flank of these pikemen, again, unshielded side. So this damage is so good. And now we're finally going to begin my archer war here, and my Jav Cav have gotten myself a really good position, and I tell Ezra, yo, bring your dogs here, and we can, like, do anything with these dogs, because again, he's going to start losing the archer war. We could run our dogs down this flank, clean up all the archers with the dogs, or clean up some pikes with the dogs, or clean up these CA with the dogs. So many options. Now I'm going to get aggressive with this chariot. I want to just go after his chariot archers, whatever. he's gonna bring this chariot in, I'll just exchange it. It's not really a big deal. I didn't want to go for this because they would just get it mucked for nothing, so it's important that I trade out my chariots here, and just accept that this was not really going to work. I bring up my chariot archers to try to bring more men into the fight, because this will make my men have better morale, but they are actually losing, and it's just the RNG of chariots. I throw some jabs in here, these guys will run them up pretty easily. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift another chariot to the flank. You always want to dominate the flank, and I see that this chariot's going to run amok, and once it does that, it's going to be annoying for him. Not really going to be able to bring his chariot archers out here, so I can dominate this flank. He has dogs here, and I want these dogs to be very, very useful in running at this flank, and you can see my archers are just dominating this archer war. I'm also shooting up his bronze shields. You can see a lot of them have already lost men. All of them are the 50s, except for this one, and my pikes have lost literally nothing. They're a bit further back. Ezra's fighting the archer war now, just doing good damage to these archers. Slingers are all dying. Beach, for some reason, is not in the maximal width, which he should be with these archers. Maybe they were. This one's not. This one might be. And again, Ezra doesn't feel any pressure. I have 3 chariots in the vicinity, and looks like Leibald hasn't sent any chariots yet over here, so Ezra can comfortably just fight the archer war. He might be a little bit worse for wear, because these chosen archer war bands got a bit focused, but they are better, and we have better archers overall. And you can see he's killing a lot of archers. Nice dog use here. He's gonna kill off an entire unit for free, pretty much. You can see Peach sees this though. He runs this unit back, and he's gonna use this cataphract to absorb the dogs, as it were. That's fine though. The other dogs got killed off by these cataphracts without really doing anything. That's unfortunate, but good play by Beach here. Now my Jackcap is just shooting up these archers from the flank, also getting into these branches a little bit. Again, just helping myself win the archer war. And now here's where Ezra does a nice move with his archers, with his dogs, sorry. I send a chariot to support them, obviously, so they don't get charged. But we're just going after these archers, and now these dogs are in like prime position to just roll his entire line, which I think is what he's going to do. And this is actually really well timed, because you can see they're going after this archer probably is what he targeted, or maybe this is the pikeman, that's fine too. Especially from the back. And if he turns the pike, I can kill his archer, and my archers are just winning so heavily. You can see 24, I'm at like 20 men on all my archers, and he's like at 14, 15, 9, 11. Nice kills from the dogs, and at the same time, they actually decide that they're going to go for a pressure play on the right here. You can see him moving over his chariot archers, and I think he's going to start moving over chariots. So when this pike moves, it's going to take insane damage from the dog. And the other one gets into all of his chariots here, which maybe is not the best thing. Maybe it's chasing the chariot archers though. But it will just do damage, and it's going to stop him from moving very easily. I think these dogs will just get toasted. You can see he moves all of his chariots over here. I'm fine with this though. And you can see the push is coming right on the edge of my pike, so I do have pike support kind of close. But these Eastern Spearmen are looking to charge. Maybe they're going to do some damage against my chariots, but I have nice angles for my chariots. You can see he tries to pull back his cataphracts, which is good. But his chariot archers are leading the charge, and this is going to be very bad because it's going to cause a lot of routes. And you can see my chariots have really good angles. He does get a nice charge in these pikes, but this one not so much, and this Armuk chariot will just absolutely destroy this cataphract unit. His pikes are pretty healthy here, but it's fine. My chariot's coming from all these angles. Nice charge from Ezra here, putting his maidens where it hurts. He has a nice flank charge coming from his gen. I think, was this all of his maidens in here? Could be. Oh no, he does have 2 maidens. Somehow he has 2 maidens over here too, which are just beasting. So he hasn't even committed all of his maidens, and this fight is just going to be a massacre. Everyone in this fight is going to die. But everything's going to muck too, because Ezra will just flame, and opposing chariots are muck anyway. But I also have 1 free chariot back here. The cataphracts are alive, they're going to kill off these maidens most likely. But my pikemen are now engaging. They're a bit less healthy after he charged them with cataphracts, but losing cataphracts for that is not worth it. We're going to push forward here. He tries to flank with this pike, but I just reform here. I pull back, and I have 2 more pikes in reserve, which are going to come and finish this job. And yep, this chariot's going to come and get the scare effect to these infantry. Cataphracts are routing. He does have 1 chariot here, but it's pretty much useless at this point. Side chariots without any support are completely useless. This pike routes. Now I decide to go after the gen, of course, try to rout the gen. Once the general dies, it will be pretty much over. I mean, these pikes at this point in the game will be probably sufficient. I have 1 chariot here, it's moving in. Gonna call it the fear effect again. Cataphract comes in for a rear charge, but these pikes are already winning and in the rear of these general, so it's not gonna really matter. This chariot runs him up, but we'll kill a few cataphracts. Get into the rear of these pikes, the general routes, and that's pretty much GG. we can see here my light cap and some of these force archers just chasing off these riding units. Don't let them return to the battlefield. And we obviously have everything in our favor here, so we will win the series 3-0, but it was a really excellent series overall, I'd say. All the games were pretty interesting and close. Both all the players played pretty well, and that's what we want to see. So really good series to the GOTW guys. A lot of fun, and we move on to the semifinals, and hopefully we can show those games as well.
This is a great victory for all of Mexico.
So we can look at the kills now. This game, I was the one getting more kills, but again, that's probably because I was the one killing the Pontic pikeman, and that's pretty massive. Ezra got a nice amount of kills too. He really helped me in the archer war there. That was pretty crucial actually to forcing them to go into the offensive, and his dog play on the right was excellent as well. Getting into the pikes and really helping turn the battle into our favor there. The for Bod and Beach, you can see similar kills for them, but they just kind of got massacred. They're kind of showed in the side of my screen here, and this center blob was really good for us. Especially, I'm not sure why they charged the charioteers in first. Here's the blob. But it was really good for us because we routed a lot of cataphracts. We only lost like 2 or 3 maidens of Ezra's, and he had a couple maidens on the other side that were helping chase off archers and stuff. And once all the chariots were off the field, my pikemen were much better, our archers were winning, and that pretty much secured us the win because we killed the cataphracts in that blob. At the beginning of the battle, we said it was going to be tough to kill those cataphracts, but when they committed here, Ezra nicely committed his maidens as well, and 3 chariots of mine. And so it was a massive blob, but in those kind of blobs, if you commit less men but still come out with everything dead, which is kind of the thing with the chariots, right? Everything's going to die in there, then that's completely fine. And we only lost like 3 maidens or 4 maidens in this blob, and 3 side chariots, whereas they lost like 5 chariots and a lot of the cataphracts. So that was good for us. They also tried to charge some of our pikemen with the cataphracts, which did good damage, but probably not worth it at that stage of the battle. But anyway, thanks for watching the series. See you next time.